deck's really good at rewarding type play and punishing bad one. But yeah, graveyard. Hey, what's going on, Pikes? So for those of you on YouTube in the future, changes from last time are basically I've cut the surgicals from the board for more removal spells and another counterspell, and I've got a Desolate Lighthouse over the 4th Soul-Scar Mage. Felt like 20 lands was too few, so I added another utility line back in. Gym was great. I picked some stuff up, I put it back down again, I played with a bunch of pulleys. Pulleys are fun. Alright, so it looks great. Kicking Burst Lightning is such a great experience. It's really quite excellent. All right, we're not gonna let that get us down. It's cool. It's cool. It's a good start. Good start. Quality start. All mono upbeats this afternoon. Mono positivity. What's going on, Detroit? You just gotta, in the words of the greatest poet of our generation, we just have to shake it off and move along with our lives. Welcome back to the salt mines. What's going on, wannabe beetle? We're twice as ripped and half as salty. It's gonna be a good Thursday. I'm feeling it. We're gonna play some blue-red tempo. We've got a really neat iteration on blue-black fairies. It looks kind of sweet that I'm interested in seeing. Wachi's like, nah, dude, you shouldn't have come back. There was like someone at Wachi that just like fist pumped when I signed off this morning. They were just like, we did it. We broke Hogland. He's gone. He's gone. So people often ask, like, you know, what are the hard matchups with this deck? Because that's always what they want to know in Modern. And Boogles. Boogles is basically unwinnable. You just shouldn't waste your time. They're gonna need to like mulligan to Oblivion 2 games out of 3. If you are dead set on playing this deck into a field of Boogles, you could like play Spell Skates and Engineered Explosives. It's still gonna be bad for you, but it might be winnable at that point. I would recommend playing something else if you wanted the dumpster Boogles. Probably something with Terminus, honestly. Santa's sweet. Sign me up. What's going on, Ainer? We did. We sweat it all out. What makes this deck want Grim Lavamancer, Plan, but not Grixis Delver? So, the big difference between this and Grixis Delver as far as like Grim Lavamancer is concerned is that Grixis Delver is already utilizing its graveyard as a resource via both Culligan's Command and Delve Creatures, in addition to Snapcaster Mage. So we just like kind of already are like leaning into that resource pretty heavily. And I think you just like don't have enough to really the Flooded Strand here, probably opt at end of turn. Maybe. Sure. So the problem, Potato, is that like they have Leyline of Sanctity too. So like in the matches without Leyline of Sanctity, you can like kind of get them, but it isn't even just the lifelink enchantments. Like they have a reach enchantment too that like makes it hard for you to race. And they like shut you out in a lot of different ways. Maybe I should have cast the Op that turn. Put this into play and pass, I think. It's also possible like this is game 1 against what's likely Mardu Pyromancer, and maybe I should fetch my second island out. Play around Blood Moon a touch. Like I said, this is Magic, and like nothing's like stone cold unwinnable, but like as far as like as close to unwinnable as possible goes, like that is towards the top. What's going on, Cookie? Welcome back. Yep. Yeah, when you like finally, like, sell magic cards that, like, you haven't been using for a while, it's just like finding a pile of money. You're just like, I didn't even know I had all this money. Man, it is, it's a rough day, chat. It's a rough day. Spell Snare is pretty bad here. Staticaster is great. I'm pretty confident they're Pyromancer. They could be a non-Pyromancer Mardu deck, but I think I'm going to hedge that they're on Pyromancer. Since they're going up to Nahiri, I'm actually going to bring a couple of Negates in, just in case they're on a slightly bigger Mardu deck. I like Remand in this matchup because not only can it generate tempo occasionally, like the floor is high because it cycles itself, and also Remand cleans up the back half of Lingering Souls nicely if you don't have a Staticaster around. I did, Cookie. Thank you for that. Excuse me. Whew. I think we're going to do a long stream again tomorrow. Last Friday's long stream went pretty well. And there's not a Grand Prix tomorrow. Last Friday's long stream went well, and there was a Grand Prix going on while we did it. So tomorrow we'll mostly have undivided attention. Should be sweet. And I think Durward said he's taking tomorrow night off. So it's one less large streamer to keep up with. This hand's great. You get to be on the play too. Look at all these Delvers. Look at all these Delvers, chat. These are my bugs. How dead's my bug? Very dead. Nah, I think that's probably too cute. I think I'd rather have... I think, like I said, like, when I'm looking at cards in a matchup like this, where I want everything to be as live as possible all the time, I think the floor on what a card's going to do is really important, and, like, the fact that Remand just, like, always draws a card is, like, really critical. Our hand's actually kind of medium if they had, like, a Pyromancer here. Do I want to draw land? I do want to draw land here. So if I didn't want to draw this Wooded Foothills, something that you can keep in mind that you can do on occasion with this deck is you can opt before you draw the card for the turn to, like, bottom this and draw it, and then you get a fresh draw for your draw step too. Honestly, if they Souls here, I'm probably just going to Remand the front half of it. I think this is just, like, reasonable for us, especially with the second one in hand. I'm not going to crack this fetch land because it gives us a pseudo scry during the upkeep. I get to look with this Delver. You get to see a card that does not flip. I think I'm okay drawing Mutavault here though. It's like basically another threat, right? Feels bad drawing a thing that would have flipped it and then not. Howdy Jaga. Welcome back. And this is actually just, like, super perfect for us here if they're just, like, looting through and then, like, flashing back Lingering Souls. I get to go ahead and Remand the back half and just, like, permanently get rid of it. Which is pretty good. Looking like our read on just, like, stock Pyromancer is pretty accurate here. What if... Oh, not stock Pyromancer. I take it back. I take it back. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I love the remand you, snap remand you. It's actually just my favorite. There was a Spirebluff Canal on top of our deck there, so I'm cracking my fetch land this time through. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this. I'm not casting the Soul-Scar Mage because I would like to snap remand this turn. Opponent's got a little bit of spice here. With the addition of Unburial Rites as well here, I might board in some Disdainful Strokes post board. Definitely want the Negates that I brought in though. That was a good hedge. Fugitive Wizard is doing work so far. That is for certain. There it says, Nimble Obstructionist. Nope. And I'd like to draw that one. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw that. Again, I could opt through that if I wanted to, but pretty confident I want to draw that one. We'll attack for 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Soul-Scar Mage out. He dead, Jim? He's dead. All right. And it's just like a good example of like, right, like we've been pretty unfortunate with our Delver this game. Like we could be up like even 6 points of damage, but we're still like pretty okay, right? They had Nahiri game 1, so they have a few different things going on in their deck for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with this Faithless Looting. Staminam Dingo, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, they've been to Souls here. They're almost dead though, right? Are they dead? Are they dead this turn? This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They are exactly dead. They're exactly dead, right? I believe they are exactly dead. So this is 8, and then this does 3, and this does 1. Yeah, perfect. Ain't need no Delver flips. We got Wandering One, chat. We got Wandering One. You know, ain't nobody need no Delver flips around here. Gonna get ya. Yeah, joke's on you, opponent. That Delver was never flipping anyways. Shoulda killed the Snapcaster Mage. Played right into my plan. Alright, so do I want to make room for the strokes? I feel like they're probably not on the Pyromancer plan, huh? Like something's got to give out of their deck to like fit these expensive cards in. What do we think? What do we think of this? Think I like that? Think I like that. You can maybe make an argument for just like bringing in the Wizard Retort too, because they have a lot of like not big things. So like maybe I just like split the stroke with the Retort here. I'm gonna do that actually. See how that feels. This, like, isn't exciting, but it's fine. That's true. Having Delver stay on the front side is not strictly bad in this deck. That is an Iona and an Unburial, right? Shock this guy in here. Have him opt up. Yeah, I boarded into Mono Blue control. Sweet. That means we don't have to worry about Blood Moon most likely. Gonna bottom that. Just looking for a land. Feels pretty bad, man. If they don't give us something worth remanding here, I'll probably just flash in a Snapcaster Mage, but honestly, we're probably remanding most things here. I think I'm into remand that. I really just like want to hit a land drop. Ding. What do we feel about that one? What do we think? Is that one good? Resolves. There are a lot of things you could change in this deck to suit your fancy. Don't cut Izzet Staticaster. Play two of them. You'll be much happier with 2 Izzet Staticasters in your deck, trust me. This thing costs 4 to flashback, so let's just like make sure that doesn't resolve. Nahiri. Huh. That probably just can't happen, right? Yeah, that Probably just can't happen. No, I think I want a Disdainful Stroke here because Retort's more flexible. And like I'm not choked on blue mana. Like if I didn't have a lot of blue mana, like I had a bunch of colorless lands, I might prioritize retorting there, but this is fine. Vendilion Cliques and a land. So there were 2 Vendiclicks and a 20-second land in the deck. Snapcaster Mage is looking pretty clutch here at the moment. That's just simply dreadful. I think I'm just retorting this. Like, I feel like a hair bad here now, because, like, if I would have retorted the Nahiri last turn, I could have snap retorted that and, like, had pressure in play. Honestly, they're at 12, and I have enough Snapcaster Mages here that I might just end step a Snapcaster Mage. Just, like, start killing them. It's probably where I want to be in life. Like, this is probably a game where the longer it goes, the less favored we are. So I think doing this is this deck plays more 2-mana 2/1s with Flash than like any other deck that's ever registered Snapcaster Mage in its lifetime, in the lifetime of Modern. So if you're not into playing Snapcaster Mage with no value, like, the thing you have to remember too is, like, this is a deck where we're a pseudo burn deck. So basically the question you have to ask yourself with your Snapcaster Mages a lot of time is, like, if I play the Snapcaster Mage here, is it going to be worth at least 4 points of damage? If the answer to your question is yes, it's worth at least 4 points of damage, it's like, well, 4 points of damage is worth a card in this deck. So, like, that means it's a worthwhile play. Oh, I just got, like, Zealous Persecution or something obnoxious here. Delver. Do I want to attack this into here? I think I'm okay with that. I get to, like, Staticaster it down. I think I'm fine with that, actually. What exercises do I do at the gym? I play on the weight machines for an hour to 90 minutes, and then I do, like, 45 minutes of cardio. I walk/run 2 to 3 miles on the treadmill. It's like a Settle the Wreckage. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. I think I'm okay with it. I think it's actually just fine. Why would I remand this? I don't have lethal if I remand this. And, like, they have Iona and Unburial rates in their graveyard and, like, infinite other things. Like, why would I remand this? Like, what is the result that's, like, causing me to want to remand this? And I think I just cast Delver of Secrets here, because I have remand if they play something, and then I have Snap Opt if they don't. And just, like, again, like, I think we're kind of ahead. You just want to, like, ask yourself the question, like, all right, how do I lose this game? And then, like, okay, let's try not to do that. Because, like, let's be honest here. I'm kind of in a position where, like, I can utilize these extra lands, right? Like, these extra lands are not necessarily bad for us. Yeah, like, we got this Mutavault in play here, too. If we played more of it, it might Isabus. Like, if we played it again and it felt good again, I'd probably put it on the website. But again, the website is explicitly for decks that I've played multiple times. Love to reveal a Lightning Bolt. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, I don't really care about the front half of this. Back half, we can snap remand. And, like, if they don't flash it back, I just, like, bolt snap bolt them. It looks like we're just, like, in a good spot to successfully get under them here. If I snap, remand this, it's probably good enough. God, when remand is good, it's such an obnoxious spell. It's such an obnoxious spell when it's good. With just 4, you mean like no other wizards? Probably not. I think like the floor I would say is probably like 8 to 10. 10's probably the realistic floor to like consistently enable that type of effect. Alright, so I'm gonna play this other Mutavault out. I'm gonna tap this one. I'm gonna make sure this one doesn't say newly controlled when I activate it. I'm gonna go ahead and smash. Yep. They're dead, right? This is a burn deck for people that want to feel smart. That's the answer. This is a burn deck. If you enjoy feeling smart and you like playing burn, this is the deck for you. Oh, my phone is not on silent. I'm gonna go fix that real quick. Sorry for the ding. What happened match 1? They played turn 1 Slippery Bogle and I conceded. Nice super decay. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Burn them, der sushi. Thanks for re-upping for the 5th month in a row and keeping me employed here. I appreciate that. Welcome back. He's gearing up decent. Grim boy here. Gonna give him the business. So a lot of these Birds of Paradise decks these days are devoted druid decks. So I don't like proactively killing the bird necessarily anymore, just because, especially when I have something like this that I could deploy, because like the actual card that we want to kill might not be this. If they play like Courser of Crufix here, I'm like a little bit sad. I guess they could like Blood Moon me. Molten Rain, yep. Feels bad, man. I guess at this point I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this now. This is probably gonna be a game where the play versus the draw decides it. I don't think this matchup is bad for us generically, but this start out of them versus what we have going on here is gonna be pretty medium for us. Does Mardu Pyro have a problem with killing big creatures? Things that don't die to Fatal Push can give Mardu Pyromancer a little bit of a hard time. I don't know, you're probably like sub 10%. If I do. If you are making me, if you were like putting a gun to my head and being like, Jeff, how often do you beat Boogles? I'd be like, I don't know, probably 1 in 10 or less. Probably 1 in 10 or less. So what do we got here? What do we got? What do I want to do? I've got a lot of choices here. I kind of want to just, like, kill this and opt this turn, I think. Just, like, hope they keep bricking. Yeah, you can chump block. Like, Pyromancer is very, very good at chump blocking. Concur with that assessment. That's like kind of a miss. They didn't do anything. Well, I guess they didn't have 2 mana last turn. So now I get to opt here, and then like maybe on the backs of these remands and the Snapcaster Mage here, we could actually win this game. So like they had a good start in the play, but they missed a beat here. We might be able to punish them for that. Definitely just looking for a land. Spell Snare is a real bad draw. That card does not accomplish a whole lot here. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with the Grim Lavamancer here, because while there's a good chance they play something we want to remand next turn, like they're almost certainly gonna play something we want to remand, right? Yeah, so I'm actually just gonna play this other Grim Lavamancer out. See, I could hold up like Snap Bolt, Snap Opt, but that's probably not realistic. Nestor, thank you for re-upping for the 5th month in a row. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, they hit a land tier and the ramp thing stayed around, so probably see a Bloodbraid Elf here. Are they not a Blood Moon deck? I really just want to like cast my Remand here. Like, obviously, like, Arbor Elf is, like, not a prime Remand target, but I just want to, like, use my mana and cast my spell this turn, I think. Untap land. Ugh. Ugh. When this card's good, it's great, but when it's bad, it's pretty terrible. I think we're just in race mode at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, like, ship in with these. Well, if you're into Hoagland streams, we're gonna be doing a long one again tomorrow, I think. We beat Mardu things. Like, just tempoed them into the ground, basically. What if we didn't do that? What if we just, like, no, no, no. And I wonder how aggressive they get here. Like, it's kind of appealing to attack with both of these, right? Please, shock. Rats. Will do, Toaster. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. Oop, I have to log into my WordPress site. Yeah, they attacked with both. Are they dead? Are they dead? Oh, my link expired. I haven't actually counted, but I hope they're dead. If we draw a land, they're definitely dead. We need a land to kill them. We need untapped land to kill them. Does that do it? Bolt you for 3, burn you for 2, attack you for 1, so this is not quite lethal. No, I haven't been following any of that fish lamp. Not something I've been able to keep up with. I guess we could die here. Maybe I should have kept a Grim Boy back. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Snapcaster Mage in and block one of them for sure. I think I'm okay leaving myself dead to double bolt here. I guess I'm also dead to bolt plus Molten Rain if I don't bolt the thing. I don't think I want to shoot the other one, because if I shoot the other one, I can't kill them next turn unless I draw a red source, because I know they have Stone Rain in their hand. Yeah, they have Stone Rain Arbor Elf. Sure. Okay, so they're still dead? Actually just dead on board, right? Just like Lava Man kill you? Okay. I mean, they could have actually just like not been dead on board. I'm just gonna kill them on board now. They could have killed a Grim Lavamancer here. I mean, we still would have had them dead, but like they could have not been dead on board. Hey Jeff, I almost met you one at SCG. I'm assuming that mean IQs at Red Raccoon, which is good for me as the tournament goes, considering I was like Kiki Cord. Do they still run those events in Cornfield Land? Wait, Did my opponent have lethal and just missed it? So, like, they had Molten Rain Lightning Bolt and they just missed it? Alright, sure. Sure. I'll take it, I guess. We definitely should have been dead there. As to your answer, I think the shops in town still run like IQs and stuff like that on occasion. I don't play a ton of paper Magic anymore. Oh yeah, the spell snares are like super rancid, right? Good call. Bring in Magma Spray to kill their dorks. Seems fine. I think the Wizard's Retort is decent too. I just like want all my counter spells that stop their things. Sprawl was on red. Sprawl was 10 out of 10 on red. That's what I checked that before I zoomed it before we closed it. We have not activated Lighthouse in this league yet. No, I think Staticaster is too slow. I'd rather just like Doomblade their mana creatures with like 1 mana burn spells. Like, by the time we're Staticastering their mana creatures, it's just like way too slow. I wonder if they have Blood Moon in their deck with the white splash. If they play a mana creature here, we'll go Mountain Magma Spray. If they have Utopia Sprawl, which they do. Okay, so I'm assuming the fact that they put this on a stomping ground here means that they're not on Blood Moon in their 75. I'm going to lead on the Scalding Tarn here because this way they can't Stone Rain me or Molten Rain me on 2 because I just fetch and response. Please cast Blood Moon. Deal. This feels good. Yeah, they had Sacred Foundry last game, so they're playing some kind of Naya Splash in their deck. I am making assumptions. I am making this true. They did miss lethal and they did miss being dead on board last game, so it's very possible that like I shouldn't assume that this means they don't have Blood Moon. But I also like really want to fetch red there to Magma Spray that Kitchen Fangs. I would really prefer if we didn't do that. Blue source. Blue source. Blue source. Alright, Negate is not the worst. It's a good line to mirror. Seems a little aggressive though. Like if I put the snap into play, like they're like less likely to do that. Ding. Ooh. Ooh, more candy. This is my favorite series of plays. Just like remand you, snap, remand you, finally negate your spell. Just like you tried to do this thing 3 times. I like smacked you on the hand 3 times. And then finally was just like, no, we're done with that. Stop it. Listen, the opponent's deck is literally about not making people play Magic, so I'm letting them put their spells in the stack at least. They're trying to not let me put spells in the stack. Wait, 2-mana Stifle card be good in Modern. We kind of have 2-mana Stifle. We kind of have 2-mana Stifle cantrip, right? Like, what's the card called? Squelch? Lightning Helix. Sure, he's dead, Jim. Ding, ding, ding. Tapped land is better than no land here. And we'll get to Negate. Their Stone Rain this turn. Actually, am I just like snap remanding again here? Like because I drew a land, if they like shock in a land, I think I'm just snap remanding again. Because, like, if I hadn't drawn the 5th land, I would probably be conservative and negate here. Because, like, I have the 5th land anyways, it's just like, let's just, like, draw some cards. Velik, thanks for re-upping at the tier 3 level for the 7th month in a row. I appreciate the continued support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Welcome back. Gosh, this hand is just so dirty. Land. Ding. Yeah, puppy. Can we talk about how great the 21st land has been? I would be lying if I didn't say part of the reason I made the 21st land one Desolate Lighthouse is so I could gauge when drawing the 21st land really mattered. And, like, there's no way I'm playing less than 21 lands in this deck. It's been relevant so many times. How many times have we been over this? How many, which no button would you like? Which no button would you like? Oh no! Oh no! What if we instead didn't do that? What if we instead didn't do that? Soul-Scar Mage. How do we feel about Wizard's Retort here? I have 2 negates in my hand. I should probably save the Retort for a, should probably save the Retort for, like, an Inferno Titan. Ding. Puppy. I hope you felt good about resolving that spell. Might be the last one you get to do that with this game. Anybody who likes blue-white control and hasn't tried this deck, you're doing yourself a disservice. This is a deck that gets to play a game plan similar to blue-white control when blue-white control's game plan is good. And when blue-white control's game plan is not good, you get to spend the game killing them instead. It's just the flexibility is just so absurd. You have a Utopia Sprawl, friend. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. See, I thought most blue-white control players just like they don't like to soil their hands killing fools. You have to kill people in Modern. Sorry, but she does. Am I okay with that? I think I'm just okay with that, right? I think I'm just like countering removal spells at this point. It's like gonna cast a 3/1 here. Your little shock resolves. You can play this deck without Scalding Tarn reasonably too. The cards you can't budget in this deck is Snapcaster Mage. You need 4 Snapcaster Mage. But as far as like other cards go, you can budget the fetches. You can just like play other blue and red fetches. Killing people is so barbaric, they should just concede to Teferi. It's funny because that's how people think. Alright, how close to dead are we here? Yeah, again, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast this. Yeah, the real question is if they print Jumpcaster Mage, how many Snapcasters would we play, right? And again, just like threat prioritization, like which cards do we actually care about them resolving, and then like being like, okay, those resolve, and then like stopping the ones that we actually care about. We just had like all the bases covered that game. Would a 1 red bolt with Jumpstart be playable? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. I like the idea of Jumpstart cards too, because they encourage you to play more lands. Because they let you turn lands into spells late game. Yeah, I think 6 is probably... I would definitely start with 8 just to, like, feel it out. But 6 is probably where you would end up. Because, like, a jumpstart Snapcaster Mage is, like, definitely worse than, like, actual Snapcaster Mage, right? Because it's, like, not... It's not really card advantage. It's, like, card selection, basically. Thanks, D20 Bandit. I'm going to lead on Grim Boy here because there are a number of decks in this format that just, like, don't beat this card once it gets active. So it's just, like, work on getting this active from the start. Yeah, Jumpstart's a really sweet mechanic. It's a really, really sweet mechanic. Oh! Oh, you registered Land War Elves today, opponent. What if I told you I registered 12 Lightning Bolts, Grim Lavamancer, and Izzet Staticaster? What if I told you that? I believe Jumpstart says you pay it for its casting cost, and Ancestral Vision doesn't have a casting cost, but I don't know the exact Oracle text on Jumpstart offhand, so... Someone said they had to AFK for a second. No worries. I haven't chilled yet today. I feel bad. What's going on, folks? Thanks for hanging out while my opponent takes a break. I'd just like to take a moment to thank everybody for being here. Got 500 people. That's great, considering I took the morning off. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time meme and content producer here. I'm here playing Magic 30-plus hours a week. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to be a full-time meme here. Past subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronix, Justin Nivick, and all y'all out there. If you are enjoying my stuff, remember I have a YouTube channel as well. Even when I'm not online, there's plenty of Hoagland to go around. Opponent said they had a real-life thing come up, and that good luck in the rest of your league. So good luck in the rest of your league when you finish it later, opponent. The Elves matchup is very good for this deck, and, like, again, nothing's unwinnable or unlosable, but, like, post-board, we get to trim our kind of medium counterspells and bring in a bunch of Doomblades and Staticasters, so... We'll see. Maybe we'll still get to 3 decks today. Maybe I'll pick up cards for another fast one at this one, and Tempo, or the Fairies deck go quickly. And it's pretty good. No joke. Part of the reason that I 13-0'd the Swiss at the Open was because for a majority of that tournament, I just got paired against decks that could never beat Grim Lavamancer and Izzet Staticaster. Like, not even joking. To imply otherwise would be lying to you. I'm gonna go Scalding Tarn here. I'm going to Wizard Lightning them. I'm going to leave Spell... They suspended Ancestral Visions on one. I'm going to leave Spell Snare up here because they're probably a Search for Azcanta deck, and I would like to counter that if they cast it. What are decks that can't beat Grim Lavamancer? Just all the creature-based decks. All the decks full of, like, 1, 2, 3 mana creatures. Like, Grim Lavamancer in conjunction with, like, all the cheap removal that this deck is playing is just, like, very potent and powerful. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. They could be Jeskai here, and, like, I could get punished for fetching aggressively, but I like to leave basics in my deck in a matchup like this, because they're probably on a Path to Exile Field of Rune deck more than anything else. Yeah, Captain Obvious. So one concession I think we have to make by putting Soul-Scar Mage in our deck is that we need to have more untapped lands early. So I have elected to cut the Fumarole so I can have more untapped sources. I would love a Remand here. And Remand means I'm just going to go ahead and attack for 2. That's why I let on the Opt as opposed to the Lightning Bolt. How was the gym? The gym was great. I do remember when there was 0 Lavaman in this deck. Boy, was that a mistake. Oh, geez, are we fetch shucking here? And I get to remand a Path to Exile? That's exciting. Ding. Okay, so we're putting them to 9, and I've got 6 in my hand. Yeah, Stifle Bird countering Ancestral Vision is just fantastic. Just like A+ Magic the Gathering. Are you going to path me now? You should probably path me now, opponent. Gosh, that's greedy. I would like a basic island. It's a shame. It's a shame this Abrade doesn't currently have text. It's a shame this Abrade doesn't currently have text. Yeah, Grim Lavamancer is just like additional reach too. So, F Gator, thank you for the tip. The fact that the SCG progress bar says 20% while sitting at 296 bothers me more way than it should. Make it an even 300. Thanks for the support, Gator. So the way these cards work is, the turn you cast it, there's 2 triggers. There's the first trigger to remove the last counter from it, and then a second trigger goes in the stack that says cast this card without paying its mana cost. So the second trigger is the one that you actually stifle. No even numbered allowed, Pikes. Thank you for the biddies. And Roadkill, thanks for re-upping at the tier 3 level. I really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Remember, we've got tier 3s, even during the slow, can still add new decks to the queue. So, link down below the stream, as always, for ways to add decks to the queue. Yeah, main deck timely is definitely our one big worry here. Send this upstairs. Down to 6. We be Delvin. Sign me up. Upkeep, I am definitely going to remand this Ancestral Vision. Thought you were taking the day off. I lied. I took the morning off. I got done at the gym. I felt better. I was like, it's only noon. The kids are still at school and daycare. Let's just, like, go do my thing. I do sit on a throne of lies. If they have a counterspell here to fight over this, like, it's not the end of the world, because it's, like, going to use a majority of their resources this turn. Hopefully they have, like, a Negate or a Mana Leak and not a Logic Knot if they're fighting over this. Looks like Logic Knot, though, unfortunately. A lot of them have been playing one copy of Timely Reinforcements in the main deck. So Spell Snare. It's actually, Logic Knot is one of the reasons why Disdainful Stroke is so good in this matchup, because you get to use it as a counter for their counter spells. You get to counter both Logic Knots and Cryptic Commands with Disdainful Stroke. Yep. Can we draw a Bolt, please? Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna Snap Bolt now. So this way, if they have Mana Leak or Negate, they can't fight over it more. Again, remember, just because your cards are instants doesn't mean you have to play them on your opponent's turn. There's like some merit to holding up like Snap Remand, but I don't think that's the case. They've got 6 cards in their hand. If we're gonna win this game, it's gonna be because we choked them on resource efficiency. Abrade really biting us here. This is one of the few matchups where Abrade just like doesn't really have a text box. Cracking this fetch land here could backfire on them, because this fetch land going to 2 is the difference between like 1 Snapcaster hit and 2. So this is a show of strength here from them. Means they think they can deal with the Snapcaster Mage. may begin sculpting my mind. Yep. Never forget, chat. The best source of card advantage in Modern is killing your opponents while they have cards in their hand. This game's a prime example of why I think people boarding cards like Ancestral Visions and Karanos and other sources of card advantage in this blue-red deck are doing it wrong. You don't beat decks like blue-white control by going toe-to-toe in terms of card advantage with them. You beat decks like blue-white control by getting underneath them and killing them. And like, there's no guarantee we win this game. Like, they could have like a Spell Snare and a Path to Exile here, but so they're going to put Terminus onto the stack here, and I'm going to snap Wizard Lightning and kill them. I could also stifle this trigger here, but they could have a Path to Exile, so I know that they just, like, tap out for this and I snap Bolt and they die. No. I want them to not spend their resources here. It's better for me if they, like, use their resources. Yeah, exclamation point donation queue or bit.ly/donation queue, all lowercase. Yeah, I'm a liar, alcohol. I decided that I wanted to come back after I got done at the gym. So Abrade is pretty bad here. So this is actually, for the most part, Burst Lightning is kind of like your go-to. This is the spell. Excuse me, this is the spell that we're trimming, the burn spell that we're trimming. But in this matchup explicitly, Burst Lightning is actually better than Wizard Lightning in my opinion, because a non-zero number of games are going to come down to your ability or inability to kill a Celestial Colonnade, and kicked Burst Lightning killing Celestial Colonnade comes up more than you will like to admit. So I think my last couple of trims here are either all 4 Lightnings or 2 Grim Boys plus 2 Lightnings. Honestly, I think it's probably just all 4 Lightnings. I think I'd rather have Grim Lavamancer as another threat to pressure. Of course, that kind of plays into Terminus. With the addition of Soul-Scar Mage, maybe this Grim Boy is not what I want. I just want more burn. Because, like, that last game, we burned them out, right? I think I'd rather have the Wizard Lightnings. Like, having Lightning Bolts just makes Snapcaster Mage so much better. Like this, when this card, you basically want Snapcaster Mage to read, like, Red Kicker, deal 3 damage in this matchup. Like the reason why we won that game was because we had lightning bolts in our deck. Post board, I expect them, like, Spell Snare's kind of medium, but I expect them to have, like, some number of Snapcaster Mages and probably some negates post board. Sometimes these decks play, like, 1 mana leak too. I think it's worth keeping both snares in their deck. Snapcaster Mage is one of their better cards against us if they have it. It sounds like not amazing, but it's fine. Well, if I could stack my deck, I would have put a Soul-Scar Mage or Delver on top of it, so go. This is the other side. This is the other side of, like, Soul-Scar Mage being decent, is that, well, part of the reason why I don't have, any Alpine Moons in my deck right now is because, like, I just, like, don't really want anything, or I don't really want to cut anything, right? Like, I was already kind of struggling to fit in the cards, like, I knew for sure that I wanted. I think I'm just gonna, like, add points of damage to these ops here real quick. Bottom that. You just want to, like, work towards lands. They suspended Ancestral Vision for people that are wondering why their island is tapped here. Ding. Just attack for 3 here. They could have, like, a Detention Sphere this turn that I might want to negate, but, like, I think I'd rather just, like, get damage in off the opt here. Like, there's a little bit of tension between Soul-Scar Mage wanting to trigger prowess and, like, wanting to hold up counter spells in this deck, but I think for the most part, it is fine. Yeah, this is my favorite modern deck at the moment, for sure. Yeah, the best ways to know when I'm here are to follow me on Twitter. On the Twitters. Attack for 1. Secure the Waste. Secure the Waste is tough. I think it's just like worse than some of the other cards you can be playing on average. If I made the landfall aggro deck, any quick advice while running it? Don't keep hands without threats. Game 1 in the dark. You're the proactive deck a lot of the time. All right, how badly do we want to counter this fetch land? Probably pretty badly. Probably pretty badly. I do have a standing desk. I think I'm actually just gonna stifle this. I just want to like guaranteed take them off a land here. This like still stone rains them. But we play Fire Ice in this deck. Yeah, probably. I like cards that draw cards. Sure. Untapped land, please. Any land, really. Hey, S. Belwis, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support there. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this. I think this is fine. If they want to block, I just like Burst Lightning one of them and then like clear them all. I think I'm gonna go ahead and play Delver out here, and then we're gonna counter this Ancestral Vision with Nimble Obstructionist. So again, first trigger removes a counter. Second counter comes off. Now there's a second trigger. So the second trigger is the one you want to stifle to counter permanently. So you want to, on Moto, the indicator is that there's no longer a counter on here, but there's still a trigger on the stack. Is the one you want to stifle. Hey, so we had Bellwasp with the brand new Prime, and then Sean, I guess. Thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I really appreciate that. I'm here because I love doing it, but I am here more often because of the support of folks like you. Stifle works on Field of Ruin, and the Field of Ruin dies, and it doesn't actually resolve. Gosh, Remand is an absurd draw here. That is really, really good. Man, Soul-Scar Mage is even good against Celestial Colonnade here. This card is really good. I'm probably going to add Soul-Scar Mage to the deck list on the website after today. Not even Kick Burst Lightning, just like Soul-Scar Mage is going to come up here. Just like shrink your Colonnade. Let's go. I plan to be here. You can find links to the upcoming decks that we're going to be playing on stream still yet today in the donation queue. bit.ly/donation queue. Everything's very organized here. We can also stifle activation. We have lots of ways to do what we would like to do here. What if I used my no button on this? And by my no button, I mean my stop it, you're annoying button. Gosh! Are they dead? So this is 5. This is, I could try and kill them here. I think that's too aggressive. I think trying to kill them is too aggressive. I don't want to like not have a counter spell up. Yeah. If they like path me and then I just like feel super bad, there's really no reason to try and kill them there. Creatures that are too big for your removal give you a hard time, Waffle. Hollowed One, Tarmogoyf, Delve creatures. There's lots of various creatures that don't die to Lightning Bolt in Modern. Champion of the Parish and Thalia's Lieutenant. Mantis Rider that's had a Thalia's Lieutenant counter put on top of it. It's just a lot of flexibility in the card, basically. The constantly attacking with these soldiers is like so aggressive. We got a Negate on a Lightning Bolt. Deal? What do I think of this deck's human? I think your humans matchup is very good. I think if you know you're playing against humans and you get to mulligan accordingly, it's absurd. And I think if you don't know you're playing against humans, you're still pretty far ahead. These are my no buttons. You are dead. They need 3 1-mana pieces of interaction. Soul-Scar Mage also helps this deck by just like being another 1-mana threat. Because sometimes we're light on those. So they need 3 1-mana spells here. What, Jeff? What about Taylor? Look, I know that she's the greatest poet of our generation, but Taylor Swift Spirit just doesn't fit into this deck. It's unfortunate, I know. I love her too. What if we didn't do that? What if instead we didn't do that? You didn't even have another one, but I've still got no buttons. All right, so we didn't win the match that I conceded to Boogles. Yeah, the 21st land is good. I don't know that Desolate Lighthouse is necessarily better than a Mutavault. I want to try that some more, but yeah, I'm gonna update the website and put this list on it. I'm just gonna do that right now. Yeah, I could see Fumarole being okay. I could see Fumarole being okay. I think I don't know that we need the colored sources. I definitely want to play Lighthouse more. I think Lighthouse has potential to be very good. It's the type of card that could just like really take over grindy games all on its own, which is nice. All right, what are we doing next? I've got blue-black Scion Fairies. And if that goes quickly, I might squeeze in a third aggro deck today. This is an interesting take on blue.